Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube class. In this video, we will see how do we find all the duplicates elements of an array using the brute force approach. Now, suppose this is the array. What we do over here, we check for all the pairs and report the duplicate elements. Now, what are all the pairs? I have done all the pairs question in another video where we find sum of pairs is equal to or not. Please watch that video before watching this. Now we find all the pairs. What are the pairs over here? 10, 20 is one pair. 10, 10. The next pair is 10, 30. The next pair is 10 and 20. And assume that there was one more element over here and let me call it as 10. And I say here 10 and 10. These are all the pairs with respect to 10. Then okay, now we will find all the pairs with respect to 20. Now what are the pairs with respect to 20 at index 1? 20 10, 20 30, 20 20 and 20 10 and 20 10. These are all the pairs with respect to 20. Now we will find all the pairs with respect to 10 considering only on the RHS, We say 10 30, the next pair would be 10 20, the next pair would be 10 and 10. Now you consider all the pairs again with respect to 30, 30 and 20, 30 and 10. And we will consider all the pairs with respect to 20 again. What is it? It's 20 and 10. It's 20 and 10. Okay. Now what we observe here, how many duplicate elements are there? There are two duplicate elements, therefore output would be 10 and 20. Output is just 10 and 20. Now you see here that these two are same, that means it is a valid pair. But you find 10 and 10 again, which you should not include it, which you should discard it. Are you getting it? Once you find that the duplicate element is 10, you don't want to print 10 again. That means those duplicate elements has to be discarded. They has to be discarded. Now, how we can do it? We can take another array. Let's call this as the resultant array. And at resultant index of 0, I found 10 and 10, therefore 10 is duplicate, I write 10 here. Now again you find 10 and 10, will you write 10 again? No, because 10 is present in the resultant array. If 10 is present in the resultant array, you don't write it as the duplicate. Now find all the pairs with respect to 20. Now first, before you find all the pairs with respect to 20, find 20 is there in the resultant array or not. 20 is not there in resultant array. It means we did not find any duplicate elements with respect to 20. Now is 20 equal to 10? No. 20 equal to 30? No. 20 equal to 20? Yes. This forms the duplicate element. Hence write in the resultant array as 20, which is the duplicate element. Now again find with respect to 10, but observe that 10 is already there in the resultant array, therefore we do not check for duplicate element with respect to 10. Next, come to 30. Is there any 30 in the resultant array? No. That means I need to check for duplicate elements with respect to 30. Is 30 equal to 20? No. Is 30 equal to 10? No. Now I have to find all the duplicate elements with respect to 20. Now is 20 there in the resultant array? Yes, that means 20 is already being reported as duplicate element, therefore you need not search with respect to 20. That means what we do, initially the resultant array will be empty. Now I am searching with respect to 10. Is there any 10 in the resultant array? No. That means 10 is not still reported as a duplicate element. Therefore, you compare, is 10 equal to 20? No. 10 equal to 10? Yes. That means write 10 in the resultant array. 10 is being reported as a duplicate element, and you may stop comparing over here. No need to compare because 10 is duplicate, we know it. Go to the next element. Now we are comparing with respect to 20. Find 20 in the resultant array. Okay, is there any 20 in the resultant array or duplicate array? There is no 20. Therefore, I have to continue search. Is 20 equal to 10? No. 20 equal to 30? No. 20 equal to 20? Yes. Therefore, you mark 20 as duplicate and you may stop the search here. Now go to the next element. We are again comparing with respect to 10 being duplicate or not. Now check, is 10 is there in resultant array? Yes, 10 is already marked as duplicate, therefore do not search it. Now go here, 30 and 20. Now we are searching with respect to 30. Is 30 is there in the resultant array? No, it is still not marked as duplicate. May be duplicate or may not be duplicate. Is 30 equal to 20? No. 30 equal to 10? No. Therefore, 30 is not duplicate element. Now I have to search with respect to 20. The last pair is 20 and 10. Now is 20 is there in the resultant array? Yes, that means 20 is already reported as an duplicate element. Is that okay? This is how we find the duplicate elements of an array using the brute force approach. Now the other good approach would be use again the hash data structure to find the duplicate elements in an array. Please pause the video over here and make the appropriate notes, and then we will see how do we write the programs for it. Thank you. Let us see how do we write the code to report all the duplicate elements. We have declared an array A of n elements and we have read the array. Let the array be 10, 20, 30, 10, 20 and 10, and the duplicate elements here are 10 and 20 that I need to report it. Now there are more than one duplicate elements. A function can return only one value. Therefore, we have to make the return type of the function as void and print the answer in the function itself, or we can give an array, saying that write the duplicate elements in the array. Anything is perfectly okay. Let's write one function called as find duplicate, or I just say duplicate of which array? Of array A, of how many array elements? Of n array elements. Now I write here void. What is the function name that I have taken? Duplicate. What is the first parameter? Integer one dimensional array. And what is the next parameter? It is integer n. It is integer n. Now whenever you call the function, the scope of the function gets activated. Now this is the duplicate function. There is one parameter called as A. And whenever arrays are passed to the function, the base address gets passed. And what is the base address here? The base address is 1000. And as I explained you, we will store the answer in the resultant array. Therefore, let's take one resultant array, or I call it as the duplicate array, whatever you call it, and I say resultant of 100. Now what will happen? An array called as resultant will be created of 100 elements, 0, 1, 2 and so on and so on. Now initially we have to write at index 0. Therefore, let's take int k is equal 0. Now k is over here and we will start writing from the index 0. And I need index I and j, needless to say, because to find the pairs. And how do we find the pairs? We say for I is equal 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. Is that okay? I is less than 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. Now, before I find all the pairs with respect to 10. Now what are the pairs with respect to 10? The pairs with respect to 10 are 1020, 1030, next pair is 1010, next pair is 1020 and the last pair is 1010. Now before I find the duplicate elements with respect to 10, with respect to A of I need to search is 10 there, is 10 already marked as the duplicate element or not. That means I need to search is 10 already there in the resultant array or not. For this we may write the linear search program. We have already written it. I will just say linear search. Later we can write it. Where we want to search? We want to search in resultant array. Is that okay? How many elements are there? As of now there are k elements, 0 elements, k elements. there are k elements. And what I want to search? I want to search 10 is there or not. And how do I write 10? I write 10 as a of I. I write 10 as a of I. I will write this linear search function in some time. Okay, else, or let me write the linear search function. Already I have written it. Please watch that video again. I say int linear search. What is the first parameter? Resultant. Now what is the data type of resultant? Integer one dimensional array. Therefore I write here integer one dimensional array. Names can be anything, we know it. The second parameter is k. What is the data type of k? Integer. Therefore I write here integer n, number of array elements. What is the third parameter? A of I. A of I is nothing but 10. Now see here, a is array, but a of I is integer. Therefore I want to search key. I want to search key. Now whenever you call the function, the scope of the function gets activated. Now this is the linear search function. Please observe here. There are three parameters, a, n and key. Now what will happen? Result will be copied to a. Now let the base address of result be say 3000. Let the base address of result be say 3000. 3000 will be copied to a. Now k will be copied to n. What is the value of k? It is 0. And next a of I will be copied to key. And what is a of I? A of I is 10. 10 is copied to key. I need to search in this array, is 10 present or not. There are 0 elements. Of course 10 is not present, but still let it be. How do we write the code? We say for int I is equal 0, I is less than n, I plus plus, and what do we write here? If a of I is equal key, then the element is present. We say return 1, else we can say return 0, else we can say return 0. Now the value of I is 0, 0 less than, the value of n is also 0, 0 less than 0 is false. You come out, you return 0. Now as soon as you return, what happens to the scope of the function? It gets deactivated. Now please see that you have returned 0. Let me store it in some variable called as yes and declare a variable yes. Now if the value of s is 0, it means a of I is not present. It means 10 is not present. Therefore I write if s is equal 0, yes sir, s is equal to 0. That means 10 is not present, 10 is still not reported as duplicate element, 10 may be duplicate element, therefore find all the pairs with respect to 10. Now how do I find all the pairs with respect to 10? We say for j is equal to I plus 1, j less than n, j plus plus, j plus plus. Is that okay? Now the value of j will be 1, the value of I is 0, I am writing here, and the value of j is 1. Now j is pointing here. Now you check for this pair, is 10 equal to 20? That is what I write. If a of I is equal a of j. Is 10 equal to 20? No sir, 10 is not equal to 20. Now if 10 is not equal to 20, what to do? We will see later. Now you say j plus plus, the value of j will become 2. Now this is where j is pointing to. Now you are comparing 10 and 30. Is 10 equal to 30? No sir. Therefore what to do? We will see later. Again we say j plus plus, the value of j will become 3. The value of j will become 3. Now you compare, a of 0 is 10, a of 3 is 30. Is 10 equal to 30? Yes sir. 10 is equal to 10 is equal to 10. Yes sir, 10 is equal to 10. That means 10 is a duplicate element. And if it is a duplicate element, first I have to write at resultant of k. Hence I say result of k is equal to 10. And how do you get 10? You can say a of I or you can say a of j. Let me say a of I. That means you have written 10. Now how many, next time where you want to write? You want to write at index 1. Therefore I say k plus plus. Hence the value of k will become 1. This is where I want to write. Now at this point of time 10 is reported as duplicate element. Do you want to compare still? There is needless to compare. It's a waste of time. Therefore I need to stop. And how do I stop? I say break. Now what does break will do? Break will come out of this for loop. This is the point where break will come. Is there anything to be done? No. This is the completion of the if statement. That means 10 is already reported as the duplicate array element. Go to the next index and I say I plus plus. The value of I will become 1. Now see here. That means I is pointing over to A of I, now which is 20. Now I want to check is 20 is duplicate or not. But before I check 20 is duplicate or not, I want to find 20 is there in resultant array or not. I want to check if 20 is there in the resultant array or not. Now the value of I is 1. You call the function linear search, and again whenever you call the function, the scope of the function gets activated. Now this is the linear search function. How many parameters are there? There are 3 parameters, a, n and key. Now this is a, this is n and this is key. Now what will happen? Result will be copied to a. Now what is the value of result? It is 3000. The next parameter is k. K will be copied to n. What is the value of k now? It is 1. That means there are 1 elements. And a of I, what is the value of I? The value of I is 1. A of 1 is 20. 20 will be copied to key. No, 20 will be copied to key. Now you want to search 20 is there in this array or not. Now again you say I is 0. 0 less than 1, yes. A of 1. Now what is the value of A? It is 3000. 3000 plus 1 into D is nothing but 3000. And what is star 3000? It is 10. It is 10. Don't see A means this, because the value of A is 3000. Now is 10 equal to 20? No. I plus plus 1. 1 less than 1 is false. You come out of this loop and you return 0. Now as soon as you return 0, the scope gets deactivated and the value of S is 0. 0 equal 0? Yes, it means 20 is still not reported as the duplicate element. Now the value of I is 1, j is equal to I plus 1 is 2. A of 1 is equal A of 2 is 20 equal to 30. No, you say j plus plus, the value of j will become 3. A of 1 equal A of 3 is 20 equal to 10. No, you say j plus plus, j becomes 4. A of 1 equal A of 4 is 20 equal to 20. Yes, that means it is a duplicate element. Hence, if it is a duplicate element, you write in the resultant array. Next you say k plus plus, because the number of elements are 2, and the other thing is you want to write at index 2, and you say break, because there is no point in searching that again 20 is duplicate element or not. Break means you come out of this inner for loop. This is the point where you come. Nothing to be done. Again you say I plus plus. Now the value of I will become 2. Is that okay? And again, what is A of 2? The value of A of 2 is 30. Now, before I search that 30 is duplicate element or not, I need to check whether 30 is already reported as duplicate or not. Therefore, again we call the function linear search, and whenever the function is called, the scope of the function gets activated. Now, how many parameters are there? There are 3 parameters. What are the 3 parameters? A, n and key. This is the same function that I wrote. Now result will be copied to A. What is the value of result? The value of result is 3000. Next, K will be copied to A. What is the value of K? The value of K is 2. Next, A of I will be copied to key. Now what is A of I? A of 2 is 30. 30 is copied to key. Is that okay? Now search 30 in the array. I is 0. What is A of 0? A of 0 is 3000 plus 0 into D. Star 3000 plus 0 into D. Star 3000. It is 10. Is 10 equal to 30? No. I plus plus 1. Now what is A of 1? It is star 3000 plus 1 into 4. Star 3004 is 20. Is 20 equal to 30? No. I plus plus 2. 2 less than 2 is false. You come out. Again you return 0. Now return 0 means what? 30 is not yet reported as duplicate element. 30 may be duplicate element. Now the value of S is 0. Yes, J is I plus 1. The value of J will be 3. Now you compare. Is A of 2 equal to A of 3? No. J plus plus 4. Is A of 2 equal to A of 4? No. J plus plus 5. Is A of 2 is equal to A of 5? No. J plus plus 6. Now 6 less than 6 is false. You come out of this loop. That means 30 is not duplicate element. If it had been duplicate element, we would have returned. Now again you say I plus plus. The value of I becomes 3. And again you do linear search of A of 3. Now this is 10. You want to search 10 is there or not. Now what happens whenever you call the function? The scope of the function gets activated. This is linear search. Again there are three parameters, a, n and key. A, n, key. Now what will happen? Result will be copied to a. Now what is the value of result? It is 3000. K will be copied to n. What is the value of k? It is 2. A of I, what is A of I? 10. 10 will be copied to key. Now check. I is 0, I less than n. A of I is nothing but 3000 plus I into D, which is 10. Is 10 equal to 10? Yes sir, you will return 1. As soon as you return, the scope gets deactivated. And what is the value of S? The value of S is 1. 1 equal 0. No, that means 10 is already reported as duplicate element. Do not execute this part of the code, and again you say I plus plus, the value of I will become 4. The value of I will become 4. Now again you search 20 is there in the resultant array or not. You call the linear search function as explained. Now what is A of I? It is 20. Is 20 there in the resultant array? Yes, it will return 1. Now that means it is there. 1 equal 0. No, do not execute this part of the code. Again you say I plus plus, the value of I becomes 5. Now this is where I will be. Now before I search all the pairs, before I need to check that 10 is duplicate or not, check is 10 already marked duplicate. Again you do linear search. Is 10 present in this array? Yes. This function will return the answer as 1. 1 equal 0 is false. You come out of this loop. Again you say I plus plus, the value of I will be 6. 6 less than 6 is false. You come out of this for loop as well. Now after you come out of this for loop, what we need to do? I am continuing the code at this point of time. After this I am continuing code here. What you need to do? You need to display the resultant array. Therefore which function I will call it? I will call display array. I will call which function? Display array. Which array I want to display it? Resultant array. And how many elements are there in resultant array? 2 elements. And what represents 2? K. There are k elements in the resultant array, and we stop the function duplicate. Now closing bracket of the function. Now display array resultant comma k means 10 and 20 will be displayed. That is the array duplicate elements. Closing bracket of the function is taken as return. You come back to main, and here I can say return 0 and stop the main as well. This is how we find the duplicate elements are there in the array or not using the brute force approach. Thank you friends for watching this video. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, share the channels with your friend. Thank you.